So for the harder version of Arbiter, I was killing him too fast and he was bugging out, so I had to slow down the first phase and I could just one-tap him in the second phase.
Is the legacy of humanity. The mother soul must.
So this is just version of my quarterstaff build that I showcased before on Chayula on this league. So if you didn't see that one, it's gonna be in top right corner to the monk version to anyone interested. The build is pretty similar. The main difference is the belt is gonna be fueled by purely physical leech, since we cannot really do anything about it. And we gonna be using the lineage on stormweaver to make the mana leech work off of elemental, as it's gonna be much stronger. Although the good part is we can fuel the physical damage on every ability, even if the damage is converted into elemental via Blood Mage's ascendancy node, which consumes your flask charges to give you crazy amount of as extra physical. And on top of that, we have refueling of our power charges the same way with Profane Ritual, and we also use Gorge. So we're gonna have all the time the buff, since all the time the mana flask and life flask charge is gonna be constantly refreshed. So it's gonna also synergize well if you wanna spam Falling Thunder instead Flicker on the map, because we have Ambrosia here. So again, our defense is gonna be the Ascendancy that gives us life remnants, giving us extra overlife. We also gonna have Crimson Power, gain additional maximum life equal to 100 of item energy shield on equipped body armor. Therefore you will need a lot of energy shield, way more than I have, but this is what I could get so far. I needed some resistances and they are still not sorted. I needed Spirit as well, but even with Spirit you can get like 800, 900 ES, so that's more ES, more life, more everything. And well, charms as well, we're gonna use Boar. So on the map we have bleed without having to put support, like guaranteed bleed on everything. We have extra damage, and on, of course, we're gonna have that 20% damage reduction. And the other charms are of course stun and freeze charms, both with guard on, and that's very important to have. We're also gonna be using from mana before life, but so far we only have this one node, cause I need resistances. I don't even have any chaos, so yeah, but everything is just costly. But till then, we're gonna use all elementar. After we're gonna use that one limited rune to 15 before life, and we're gonna be trying to get Megalomaniac with the heavy buffer. Let's do some random 16 map to see how it all works together. So first I charge stuff, so I get my damage increase and additional hit. And well, now it's everything's rolling. We can flicker. There's a lot of monsters and you will chain, but without that, better to just spam stormwave, depending on your pack size on the map. See, this is not gonna work. There's not enough mobs around. More like here. Still not enough really.
None can oppose me.
Oh, where are the monsters at? Maybe here. Nah, still too little. Need to buy purely pack-sized map. Boom. It's also very nice, cleaner, not gonna lie. Oh, movement speed nice. Cause I don't have currency to get movement speed stuff yet. Got a lot of it, right? Just look by the way on my life vision per sec. It's much lower than the Chaos Chayula, but still high enough. Where is stuff to kill? Need to refresh charge stuff, it's really important, gives you tons of damage. Here we go. Why is this map so empty? Should be all Abyss. How's the life regen? Let's see. I mean, still reaching 12 DKs. I need better life plus because I only have 108 charges. 120 isn't that expensive to get. Look, all these monsters, you just Falling Thunder, cleans whole screen, and outside of it, you just need to have like the angle, since it grows outwards a bit further. Okay, mob goes out. Need a bit more crit on this character, but I definitely need way more crit on this character to reach 100 with the charge regulation. Ah, very boring map, but that's why I have timestamps in my videos. Even if they break the energy shield here, remember I have way more life. I mean, not way more, but more life at the moment than the energy shield anyway. And, well, now I have way more with the ascendancy working its magic. What is the boss? What is this map? We will end up anyway on like, I think 1.5k more HP and way more energy shield, but for now I didn't have that much time, so my hands are quite tight in terms of the gear that I can get. Oh, that is the boss. How did I miss him? I'm not gonna do expedition, it's boring. Just gonna show you how the boss goes on a map. Oh, I need to recharge. Oh, not enough actually. Well, let me just kill it. I wanted to just kill it instantly, but the minions were not respawned, so that's that. So, skills are literally the same like on my Chayula. So, the main difference only being the Falling Thunder having the bleed tree on it, and some supports are different, but everything else is pretty much same. We forcing Leech everywhere we can, because we do not have this beauty of chaos contributing with so much chaos granted for free as well, but we do have a lot of that extra fees from Flask. We could also swap this for boundless energy, so it works better because we also have the curse here to aggravate the bleeding, but everything else is pretty much same. There's bleed on Wind Dancer. I don't even know why. Could be damage, could be nothing, doesn't matter, it will still do its job once you have the gear sorted. And well, let's go about the gear. So there's many issues, because this, for example, I need the maximum power charges and I need crit, but the resistance is on it, very low energy sheet as well, but this is only what I could get so far. Same with the body armor, you need spirit instead one of the resistances, preferably if you had efficiency of reservation, because it's gonna help you overall with the spirit after that, but well, for now you will be needing spirit without the other roll, because it seems to be very expensive for some reason. Here you will need life and maximum life. Sadly I only managed to get tier 2s, but still crazy price. I didn't pay that much for this. Of course, all LE / crit damage and crit hit chance mandatory. We need a lot of crit hit chance to fuel the cast on crit, and of course melee skills. Same goes here, attack speed, crit damage, any of these to be fair, even leech. Both leeches would be actually what I would prefer, like melee skills and both leeches. And well, flat damages, but one thing about all the flat damages on every item that can have it, like rings and everywhere, you want both leeches. Maybe on rings you need one of the resistances on 40 plus, and then you want flat lightning, flat fizz, and those two are mandatory. Then you want flat fire or cold, but fizz and lightning are mandatory. So when it comes to weapon, what's mandatory is flat lightning, flat physical, and percentage physical, preferably on a sinister quarterstaff for the higher crit, because if the higher crit on base, which is the weapon, it's gonna be much easier to reach 100% crit everywhere else. So you gotta focus on that. You will probably want to sanctify it for more ranks, since it all works for heralds, charge staff and stuff, and charge staff benefits greatly from levels. Here I also have much better belt, which is very nice, because I managed to get the one with maximum energy shield, although there is no intelligence on it, so attributes are really good. Remember, we're using jack of all trades here as well, so nothing comes without the price paying the role, right? And boots, of course, resistances instead int here, actually getting the effect of socketed, 3 sockets preferably for movement speed. And what you want is not really energy shield stack here, you want max life, max mana, preferably on as much as you can possibly get. Remember, flask on 120 charges both for Ambrosia and the Ascendancy node. Weapon set 2, we need Sceptre to get Spirit for even more friends over here. And we don't need Spear, we just need one-hander, that's a martial weapon, just so we can activate Wind Dancer and not lose stacks when we swap the weapon set. Because if it's not activated here, we have stacks gone, we go back, stacks have to refresh. That's why we want martial weapon in both. So the stacks remain, same goes for Herald. And of course the main passive difference between Monk and the Blood Mage is gonna be the starting point. So we just go straight up to the Monk starting point by just closest way, while we just grab the pure energy for ES, cause why not, 1 point, we get 30, we get 10 int, perfect. Ascendancy is of course bleed, flask, and HP. You could theoretically go for this, but why would you? Same goes here, you could do custom crit with Comet, but why? So that's that. We grab all the power charges, and since they moved last for power here, we will need to have it anointed or on the Megalomaniac, which most preferably, other thing we slash anoint slash Megalomaniac is material solidification for even more as extra fees, because it's also gonna be in range of time lost that we're gonna need mainly here for the effect of notables and crit hit chance. If you can, magnitude of ailments is also beautiful, with also medium size to cover this. I don't know if without size it covers, I don't think so. So that's that. You will need metamorphosis to grab all the best nodes, movement, attributes, some chaos damage. So with the chaos damage, that's how I get some of it here, and I have it because it's cheaper. I would prefer to have lightning here. I would prefer to have lightning is lucky, but yeah, that's what I could get. And I have the charge staff skills because it's the cheaper version of the Prism of Belief we can use, which other one is Falling Thunder, and everything else is pretty much same as Chayula's, other than that, since here we only have elemental really. Later on we're gonna remove all the chaos possibility really, and up to Jack of all trades. When I level up this one, it's gonna be here for another socket, which is probably gonna be the new one that will grant me mind over matter, so I don't need to do any investment into mana before life. I will simply put it into description if you want the passives to constantly check if I change something. I will just give PoE to Ninja, and you can always check 24/7 live updates on this character if you wanna see any possible updates. And that's that, a short update of the same build for a different ascendancy, because as I said, it works for all of them. This one has way weaker items, so don't expect it to be as flashy, because items do everything here, not the ascendancy. Many people just were asking Blood Mage. I guess it's just such an overplayed ascendancy that, well, everyone just plays it as a Blood Mage. And I do think it's the strongest version of the build possible, just because it's a Blood Mage actually. So that's that. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, share and subscribe. And as always, see you on the next one.